Here is Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind apartment, a Brooklyn apartments where he grew up and lived for years while trying to make his way and establish his name in showbiz. Long before he became the $2 billion rapper and renowned business mogul who today lives in the most expensive house in California, which has occasionally been identified as a $200 million architectural gem facing the Pacific Ocean, celebrated musician Jay-Z lived in quite a humble apartment in the noisy and fast-moving Bronx borough in New York City. The 1969-born Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Corey Carter and who today has a net worth of $2.5 billion, was born and raised at Marcy Houses in Brooklyn, New York City. The Marcy Houses in this case being a public housing project that is located in Brooklyn's Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood. After his father Adnis Reeves, who later died in 2003, abandoned the family, Jay-Z and his three older siblings were raised by their mother Gloria Carter in the projects, and it's where his talent in music was spotted after his mother bought him a boombox, which motivated him to start writing lyrics and freestyle. The housing complex consists of 27 six-story buildings on 28.49 acres of land, and it contains 1,705 apartments that are home to about 4,286 residents as of today. While living in the Brooklyn projects, he attended Eli Whitney High School in Brooklyn until it was closed, then transferred to the nearby George Westinghouse Career and Technical Education High School with rappers Notorious B.I.G. and Busta Rhymes before moving to Trenton Central High School in Trenton, New Jersey, though he did not graduate, dropping out during his sophomore year. According to his mother, Jay-Z used to wake up his siblings at night banging out drum patterns on the kitchen table, and that's why she bought him the boombox so he could practice rapping. In his 2003 song called December 4th, his mother is heard saying that
Sean Carter was born on December 4, 1969, weighing 10 pounds 4 ounces. He was the last of my children and the only one who didn't give me any pain when I gave birth to him, and that's how I knew he was a special child.
While freestyling in the projects, Jay-Z was known around the neighborhood as Jazzy, but he later adopted the Jay-Z stage name in homage to his mentor Jaz-O, who helped him establish his career in music by offering him a recording platform for his songs in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Then early in his music career, Jay-Z had no major label to give him a record deal and therefore sold burned CDs of his songs out of his car for the better part of the early 1990s. Then with Damon Dash and Kareem Burke, they created Roc-A-Fella Records as an independent label in 1995. He then struck a distribution deal with Priority Records, and in 1996, he released his debut album titled Reasonable Doubt with beats from acclaimed producers such as DJ Premier and Super DJ Clark Kent, with an appearance by the Notorious B.I.G. The album reached number 23 on the Billboard 200 that year and would later be included in Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time ranking at number 248, but eventually reached platinum status. A year later, Roc-A-Fella Records reached a new label distribution deal with Def Jam Records in 1997, and he released his follow-up album called In My Lifetime Volume 1. The follow-up was produced by Sean Combs, alias Puff Daddy, and it outsold his previous release. Jay-Z later explained that the album was made during one of the worst periods of his life when he was reeling from the death of his close friend, the Notorious B.I.G., and the album was a personal revelation for Jay-Z as he used it to tell the stories of his difficult upbringing. From 1997 onwards, Jay-Z's career blossomed as he released one hit album after the other, earning him millions in addition to partnerships and other business deals that over the years contributed to his immense wealth. Before we stop it there today, it's worth noting that Jay-Z admitted that he sold crack cocaine during the U.S. crack epidemic of the 1980s while living in the projects, and he shot his elder brother for stealing his jewelry and was shot at 3 times during that period as well. It's also worth noting that he was arrested in December 1999 for stabbing record producer Lance Rivera at Kit Kat Club nightclub in Times Square, New York City during a release party for Q-Tip's Amplified album, and pleaded guilty to the third-degree assault and accepted a 3-year probation sentence. To learn more about Jay-Z's later years, watch our next video and don't forget to subscribe.